Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do at that. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads.
How can we fail? Skip with the Shadow leading the show.
Who the fuck is a Shadow?
Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming.
You're sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
Weiße Schuhe und ein Mord.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Der nächste Mordfall.
Is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the short case. Ray Pinker will let us know in good time.
Was? Neuer Brief?
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45.
Okay.
I want to stop him with one round.
We wanted to move in together when we're
Fine
not
morning
even
indeed.
married.
We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to send.
Ich bin übrigens mit der Übersetzung, naja, hätten wir auch besser wählen können. Aber gut.
Greetings from sunny California. Doesn't want to stop.
Sunny California. Naja, gut, kann er nicht jeden Tag. Was sind das hier für weiße Dinger, die hier durchflattern immer? Gut, dann fahren wir mal kurz hoch.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests and his record give me a reputation. You don't want him turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows make it the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first base.
Da sind wir ja schon. Gar nicht mal wieder so weit weg. Ach man, dieses Fähnchen. Also, wirklich ganz schlimm.
That guy there will lead us up.
Steht im Weg für die Straßenbahn, ne? Oh, Entschuldigung.
Stealing myself from what I'm about to see.
That'll just be another dead body, Carter. You're used to seeing another gig when you work in a homicide house.
Okay, das hätte er jetzt uns nicht einfach sagen können, dass wir bis zum Ende fahren müssen? Gibt ja nur einen Weg. Ach, der Leichenwagen steht schon da.
Detectives?
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
Scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Dreifach geflochtenes Seil. Oh Gott. Naja. Auf was weist das natürlich hin? Auf den Mörder von dem zweiten Fall. Der Falsche ist. Der im Knast sitzt. Hallo? Hallo?
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Sehr gut. Naja, war ja auch offensichtlich, ne? Springt einem ja fast ins Auge. Oh! War nicht verheiratet? Hallo? Phelps, in die andere Richtung. Okay. Mehr ist, glaube ich, nicht, oder? Ja. So, hier sind wir die Fußabdrücke.
No drag marks. The killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
Okay. Ach, hier sind die Autoreifen. Spuren.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
Ja gut, gibt hier nicht allzu viel zu sehen, ne? Was ist denn jetzt los? Wer ist sie denn?
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Okay.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Okay.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Wow. Also ich meine... Okay, ich weiß nicht, über was du gestiegen bist. Hier in Berlin gibt es ja auch einige Obdachlose, aber ich könnte jetzt nicht zuordnen, wer hier der Obdachlosen-Chef ist. Mann, wie viel Geld hier mal rumliegt. Wahnsinn. Man muss gar nicht arbeiten, sondern einfach nur irgendwelche Wälder und Parks durchsuchen. Dann wird man steinreich. Okay, ich denke, wir telefonieren. Okay. Phelps, Badge 1247.
Cole Phelps, Badge 1247.
Ah.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks, ma'am.
Okay. Ja, dann würde ich sagen... Tut mir leid, ich muss erstmal ganz kurz Fahrzeuge für meine Sammlung sammeln. Starten wir mit dem hier? Nein, war natürlich ein Spaß. War ein Spaß. War ein Spaß. Mann, diese weißen Flocken. Die nerven mich richtig. Tut mir echt leid. Ich weiß nicht, wo die herkommen. Hier, wieder. Was ist denn das? Das Spiel dreht durch.
No message.
Excuse me?
There's no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on it. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow.
Can't be the same guy as what he said, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Any Central unit, possible 415 at Alvera Street Plaza, unit to handle code 3, identify.
Ja, komm. Ach, und wieder zurückfahren. Ich hoffe, der Fall ist nicht allzu weit weg. Lasst ihn bitte hier irgendwo sein. Da hinten ist auf jeden Fall schon mal die Stadtgrenze. Oh, und der ist wieder nicht um die Ecke. Oh, das tut mir leid. Dann können wir auf dem Rückweg vielleicht nochmal ein paar Autos sammeln. Holy shit, Alter, wo ist denn dieser Fall? So, jetzt müssen wir aber... Ja, da ist er, okay.
Any Central unit, possible 415 at Alvera Street Plaza, unit to handle code 3, identify.
You're crazy.
If I'm crazy, it's your fault. Running around behind my back. How am I supposed to trust you, goddammit?
Whoa, sir. I think you ought to calm down.
Mind your own goddamn business. Why is everybody always on my case?
What the fuck?
Officer down! Watch it!
Alter!
Give it up, old man!
Get the bastard.
Reinforcements are on the way.
Boah!
Car 11K. Code 4 at Alvera Street, but I'll need an ambulance. Shots fired. Suspect is down.
Roger on your ambulance, 11 King. All units be advised, code 4 at the Alvera Street Plaza.
At least the range stop. We can change back into those white bucks now.
Alter Schwede. Ich war schon mal ein bisschen verwundert über, naja, ich sag mal, das Alter des Pärchens. Entschuldigung. Ja, ne? Ungewöhnlich, sagen wir es mal so. Und dass er dann auch noch eiskalt erstmal den Kopf über den Haufen schießt und dann, ja, anscheinend auch den Fahrer von dem einen Laster da am Ende. Meine Fresse. So, wir gucken mal ganz kurz, ob es hier Fahrzeuge gibt, die wir uns mal ausleihen können. Oh, wir sind hier. Was ist denn das? Oh. Oh, hier ist das Obdachlosenlager. Okay, dann fahren wir da hin. Was ist das hier eigentlich? Achso, Central. Ja,
We
gut.
ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, I guess we ought.
Wenn wir schon mal hier sind, dann gehen wir gleich mal dahin. Ah ja, da geht's rein.
Always bother. Signatures. Bondi never told me to leave alone. I fought. Where's my wife? No one cares about me. I took a
We're
bullet.
looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. Do you know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
The bum isn't here. We should follow the lead. These guys can wait.
Nein, ich will jetzt hier hin.
Calling you stupid would be an insult to stupid people.
Okay. Wer ist hier der Chef? Einer von euch? Den habe ich doch mal irgendwo gesehen schon.
Wrinkled was not one of the things I wanted to be when I grew up. Are you liquored up?
Okay. Guck mal, hier haben wir noch eine Hütte.
I wish I could afford that.
Nothing significant.
Nothing significant? Er hat doch aber gesagt... Nee, wer war denn das? Irgendjemand hat doch gesagt, dass das ein alter Kriegsveteran sein soll. Ich bin mir sehr sicher, dass ich das hier hätte jetzt auch schon lösen können. Oh, wir sind sogar schon durch? What? Okay. Gut, dann fahren wir erstmal zum Wäscheladen, zur Wäscherei, zur Reinigung. Okay. Nein, ich mach keine Einsätze. Nein. Ja, ja, alles gut. Mal. Oh, oder? Jump! 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 Oh! Was denn? Was ist passiert? Alter, okay, jetzt ist ein bisschen mehr passiert. Ja, vielleicht sind die Schäden ein bisschen größer diesmal. Da vorne ist die Wäscherei. Da finden wir erstmal raus, wer das Opfer war. Mann, ey, diese süße Flagge, die jedes Mal sich woanders hinsetzt. Superior Laundry Services. Ach, ich wollte gerade sagen, hier arbeiten noch welche? Das sah erst aus wie ein Waschsalon. Geht's hier rein? Naja. Oh. Guten Tag, guten Tag.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look.
Sehr gut geführter Laden. Mit Buch.
You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
Natürlich.
You wrote the number down on that dress, isn't there?
F1363. Miss Terrelson.
Mrs. T. Terrelson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Jo, danke. Wir gehen einfach wieder, ne? Warum ist das jetzt Nacht? So, sollte ja hoffentlich in der Nähe sein.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic type, so a particular disposition for this stuff.
Okay, so irgendwo hier. Müsste sie wohnen. Naja. 43 Emerald Street. Es ist 13:05 Uhr übrigens. Sieht aus wie kurz vor der Nacht. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, da sind Kinder. Da stehen Schuhe.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
it's procedure. You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let him search. You got nothing to hide.
Okay, das war ein bisschen gruselig mit den Kindern.
Want to hear something funny, Tarleton? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report actually rules them
So.
out as a suspect.
Okay, diesmal ist die Bar unwichtig? Nein.
Need to check if she was a regular.
Okay, was haben wir hier für ein Foto?
I wonder why the picture was turned down.
Steht da hinten was drauf? Nein, okay. Ist mal schön, wie akkurat er das auch wieder hinlegt. Ach, die Purse. Warum ist die hier?
Not much help.
Ach so, okay. Weil ihre... ihren Ausweis und so weiter, das haben wir noch nicht gefunden, ne? Ja, das sieht sehr unwichtig aus. Tablets. Ich denke nicht, dass hier irgendwas von Interesse sein wird. What? New Testament?
Probably nothing.
Probably nothing. No. For sure. Ein Boot. Okay. Auch unwichtig. Ja, da haben wir nochmal Streichholzschächtelchen. Also Streichholz.
If you'd excuse me, ladies. This doesn't pertain to the case.
Okay, auch unwichtig. Die Möhren würde ich mir jetzt auch nicht mehr angucken. Noch eine Purse.
So she went out without her handbag? At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Ach so, ja. Teresa Tarleton, 43 Emerald.
She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind.
Ich bin immer noch überrascht über diese Ausweise. Also, wie gesagt, ich weiß nicht, ob die echt sind, aber wenn die es mal waren, müsste man ja jedes Jahr sich einen neuen Ausweis besorgen. Mhm. Size 8, natürlich.
We can see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene.
Mann, ey, hier hat aber auch jeder...
I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies.
Jeder einfach ein Motiv.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks.
What?
For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Wer ist denn Bob Ross? Also Bob Ross? Er heißt nicht Bob Ross. Wer war denn dieser Ross jetzt? Ich bin verwirrt. Möglicher Verdächtiger. Na gut.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
Okay.
So you don't know anyone who would want her dead?
No, I don't.
Ah, ganz klasse. Super.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
Das stimmt nicht.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. Bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Okay. Gemütsverfassung des Opfers.
Mr. Terrellson, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Das sieht nicht so aus. Auftragsbuch, Streichholz, Handtasche, dreckige Stiefel. Ja, okay, einfach nur anzweifeln.
Spill it, Terrellson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
Das stimmt nicht. Ich glaube, das ist eine Lüge, wegen den dreckigen Stiefeln. Keine Ahnung, ich probier's einfach.
You're lying, Lars. You didn't come straight home, did you?
And how do you figure that?
Weil der Sturm erst ab 10, glaube ich, also ab 22 Uhr losging.
You were out in the rain. You got soaked, Lars. We found your wet weather gear.
Okay, I stayed a little later than I said. This cute little brunette was hitting on me. Teresa noticed. I was half cut. I walked her home from Bobby's, but nothing happened. I walked back and got the car this morning.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Terrellson. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life.
Okay, also immerhin können wir mal feststellen, dass diesmal nicht der Mann als Verdächtiger...
Appreciate your time, sir.
Ja,
Believe this
quasi.
guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Als Verdächtiger quasi zu sehen ist. Wo uns ist der Terrellsons? Warte mal. Stopp. Hab ich was übersehen? Könntest du noch mal kurz umgucken? Stimmt, das habe ich noch gar nicht gemacht. Okay. Gibt's hier noch Hinweise? What? Es gibt noch 3 Hinweise. Ach du Heiliger.
Lars was out in the rain last night.
Okay, gut. Das habe ich überhaupt nicht gesehen. Ja, das andere wird jetzt hier, also hier dieses Plättchen sein. Aber das kennen wir ja schon.
Baron's Bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
Okay. Und jetzt ist noch ein Hinweis draußen. Ach, das Boot. Hör auf. Kann ich da reinklettern?
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
Sounds like the Carrollton crowd had her last drink at Baron's bar. We should check the place out.
Hör mir auf, Alter. 3 Hinweise übersehen. Okay, ich muss echt gründlicher sein. Wo ist er denn überhaupt? Hallo?
KTI Radio reminds you an ounce of prevention saves many an emergency. Check to make sure your home has a first aid kit for safety.
Hast du denn die Macht? Ich will's ja nicht wissen. Komm. Entschuldigung.
Or pick up some at your local grocers in the easy take-home carton that holds 6 bottles. It's the calming that refreshing as it is delicious.
Ja, muss ja in der Nähe sein, die Bar. Naja, gut, um die Ecke ist es nicht, aber mit dem Auto fährt man nicht allzu weit. Passt schon. So, ich gehe mal davon aus, die Bar wird irgendwo an der Hauptstraße sein. Entschuldigung.
Oh, come on!
Baron's Bar. Also von hier ist sie abgehauen. Hier war sie alleine.
Gents, drink? Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions.
Okay.
What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
Ja, okay.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
My eggs were running.
Ach, da steht's ja. 3591.
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable.
Okay, cool. Verdächtiger Landschaftscharakter. Wir machen erstmal das Cap weiter.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
Oh, Buddy, das ist doch eine Lüge.
She was murdered, Benny. Brutally murdered. If you like this lady, you should give us something.
You telling me I'm not cooperating? Watch it, pal.
Shit, Alter.
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
Ach, da ist er doch. Hallo.
This is Bates.
Oh, der rennt doch weg jetzt.
That's him.
Oh.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. Can't let the son of a bitch get away.
Bates! Just want to talk.
Come on, got a ride. Get in and drive.
Ach, er hat noch auf uns gewartet, danke.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Alter, wie fährst du denn?
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
Oh.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the victim.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Bist du denn blöd? Du kannst doch nicht auf der Tankstelle einfach schießen.
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Okay, getroffen.
Let's end this fun.
All right, you got me. I've had enough. Give it up, LAPD. Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions. I have a choice in this.
Es ist einfach alles im Arsch und wir fragen ihn einfach nur, ob er Kontakt hatte.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished? Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know. She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your salty had the same idea.
Okay, sehr schön.
So what happened when you left the bar? Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know. You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran? I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad. We're taking you in, Bates. How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Ich denke, wir sind uns alle einig, dass es eher das nicht war. Wo ist denn hier das Telefon? Oh, ja.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man.
Thank you.
Boah, ist hier was los. So viele Sachen. Na gut, dann fahren wir mal zum Zentralrevier. Und verhören mal den...
Car 11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station. Now heading west on 7th Street.
This officer needs help. It was on 7th Street. Let's hit it, dog. Cab driver might tie his whole thing together.
I hope you're right.
In progress and shots fired. Unit to handle code 3. You see a taxi anywhere?
Ich war mir jetzt gerade unsicher, wenn ich jetzt mit links klicke, ob das ein anderer Fall gewesen wäre. Deswegen habe ich es jetzt einfach mal gelassen.
Oh. 11K, yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K.
Okay, jetzt muss er irgendwo jetzt hier stehen. Da ist es.
Where's that cab got you now?
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's Bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It was a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It's at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
Ja, absolut.
Central Unit, Car 16.
Ich mache keine anderen Aufgaben mehr. Beim nächsten Mal suche ich mir auch irgendein anderes Auto wieder, wo ich diese Meldung nicht kriege. Schauplatz eines Straßenverbrechens. So, Wohnsitz der Terrelsons. Da habe ich nicht hin. Laundry waren wir. Barons Bar. Obdachlosenlager. Crystal Ballroom. Wo ist denn der? Der wird ja gar nicht angezeigt. Was haben wir denn in unserem... Ja? Okay, es ist auch gar keine Option, zu dem Ballroom zu gehen. Also, sie war erst auf der Party. Dann ist sie in die Bar gegangen. Dann wollte sie mit dem Seemann zu diesem, ja, wahrscheinlich Tanzlokal oder so. Da war es aber schon 1:30. Und der Tod war irgendwann gegen 2. Ja, ich glaube nicht, dass sie in diesem Ballroom jemals angekommen ist. Ich würde gerne wissen, wo dieser Ballroom ist. Dann kann ich nämlich ungefähr abschätzen vom quasi Leichenfundort bis zu dem Ballroom, wie weit es weg ist. Das wird nichts, glaube ich. Through the tunnel und dann müssten wir eigentlich auch schon da sein. Klingt wie Sirene eigentlich hier. Jemand gegen die Wand gefahren. Das wollte ich nicht. So, Central Police Department erreicht. Entschuldigung.
You look at this clown. He's in interview 2.
Interview 2.
Thanks. What do you make of him? Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Okay, Interview Room 2 war 1. Okay, das ist der hintere. Ach, da sitzt er doch schon, oder? Ja.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble, that's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning.
Contact.
You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrelson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
Mhm. Muss mal ganz kurz die Notizen ankicken. Ah, unwichtig. Nasse Jacke, Bugseil, Yellow Cap. Bewegung des Opfers. Der Fahrer hat Teresa Terrelson Begleiter bei Crystal Ballroom abgesetzt. Okay, dann einfach nur anzweifeln.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
Okay, falsche
Took her dancing?
Sache.
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
Oh, war doch richtig, sehr schön. Vorfall mit Bates? Achso, der hat er verkloppt.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrelson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
Ja, super, okay, danke.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup.
Bewegungen vor dem Mord. Also, das klingt immer noch komisch.
Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab and I caught a bus back to the base.
Also waren die doch im Ballroom, okay?
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband bawling about her kids. She looked old. Left around closing, maybe 1:30. We got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An all-American 249. I went past her place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
Okay.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
It's not how I'd put it.
But she wasn't coming across.
No, she wasn't.
Oh,
we're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
What now? Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his locker?
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard.
Okay. Boah, Alter.
3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hoof. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, Bo.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, we have Lars Haraldson picked up.
11K, roger.
Okay, also der Terrence.
Units also need help. 415 and shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
Der Terrence könnte es also doch gewesen sein. Aber ich meine, gut, man weiß ja nicht, wo er lang gelaufen ist, ne? Er hat ja schon zugegeben, dass er nachts unterwegs war, auch durch den Regen. Ah, ich habe vergessen, wann der Typ abgehauen ist. Also von der Uhrzeit her, bei dem Kartenspielen da. Busstop müsste jetzt mal hier sein, ne? Ja. Was ein Fall, ey. Wahnsinn. Ja. Gucken wir uns mal ein bisschen um, ne?
And thank you, ma'am. You have a safe trip now. Where are you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute. Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
I swear, this town is going straight to hell.
It's about time some of those movie people went to jail.
Okay.
She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
I'll need to run the loop.
Are you
Alter, du
drunk,
willst mich doch
mister?
verarschen.
We're not going to drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
Na, Happy Birthday. Na komm. Wo bist du denn?
All-American 7-4, let's go get him.
Gut, dann fahren wir jetzt also die gesamte Route ab.
This could be a long trip.
Ja.
Or it could be a short one. And here's me without my hip flask and only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that put me in just the right mood for some legwork.
Touchy.
You know what your problem is? You don't like hard work. This kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about. Discipline.
Save it, Phelps. You're just as bored as I am.
Oh Mann, ey. Bin echt gespannt, wie lange das jetzt dauern wird. Entschuldigung. So, gut, also entweder er fährt uns entgegen oder, ja, wir fahren ihm hinterher. Die zweite Variante würde natürlich nochmal deutlich länger dauern. Da vorne, ne, ist die Straßenbahn. Das ist nicht der Bus. Immer noch kein Bus in der Sicht. Ja, also...
Still no sign of it.
Ja, ja.
Did you doze off, Rusty? I think you slept through my solving the case.
Yeah, very funny. Just give me a nudge and see, okay?
How about you nudge me?
Oh, Rusty.
Also Obdachlosencamp müssen wir auch noch. Dann weiß ich nicht, ob wir auch noch mal mit dem Ehemann reden müssen. Mann, wo ist denn dieser Kackbus? Bleibt doch nicht genau einfach in der Mitte stehen. Ich glaube, die Hälfte haben wir jetzt ungefähr von der Route. Und immer noch keine Spur von dem Bus. Naja, vielleicht können wir ein paar Wahrzeichen in der Zwischenzeit aufdecken. Ansonsten ist hier nicht viel gerade zu holen. Oh, ist das erniedrigend, hier durch die ganze Stadt einfach einer einer Buslinie zu folgen. Ich hätte wahrscheinlich einfach ein paar Streifenwagen einfach nur auf die Dinger gesetzt.
It actually covers an area around the size of Central Division.
The probability is we'll find it about halfway around.
Bad luck says we'll be chasing it all night.
Ja, gut, der Bus kann ja nicht woanders hingefahren sein. Also er muss ja seine Route nehmen. Oh Gott. Wo ist denn dieser Beschiss? Da ist er. Na endlich.
There's the bus, Cole. Turn on the siren and pull her over. That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road.
There's some kind of problem, buddy?
LAPD. We're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
That's correct.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something. I didn't like dropping her off near that hobo camp.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
Alter, ich wollte gerade sagen, wenn du mir jetzt auch noch in mein Auto reinfährst.
Sailor boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trouser. He left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
I'm gonna call for some backup. These bows hate cops.
Ach, und weiter geht's. Musik wird ein bisschen dramatischer. Hat das irgendwas damit zu tun, dass wir dem Ziel näher kommen? I don't know. Aber wir werden es rausfinden. Oh mein Gott, stopp, 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 stopp. Oh, Alter.
Watch where you're driving, you maniac!
Ich habe keine Ahnung, was ich hier mache. Ich versuche einfach nur den kürzesten Weg zu finden. Entschuldigung. In der Hoffnung, dass... Nein. Oh Gott. Dass das Ding hier irgendwo in der Nähe wieder ist. Mann, vor allem, wir waren schon da. Wir haben auch schon das Foto von ihm gesehen. Von dem Soldaten. Nicht, dass er beim Endscreen moniert, dass wir hätten früher dahin fahren müssen. Dann bin ich sauer. So, dann einmal jetzt bitte links. Ach, eins zu weit. Naja, egal. Obwohl, hier ist da die Brücke. Und da ist auch der Eingang, ne? Ja. Ach, und jetzt geht's auf einmal. Hat der nicht Verstärkung gerufen?
LAPD! We'd like a word with you. Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far. I need you to stay copacetic. You need to hold out for the cavalry. How do we do that? Like this.
If you want
These
your
men know they're
rightful
harboring a
share,
murderer.
we need to fight for it!
I got built for these situations.
So, gibt's noch mehr? Alter, wollte der wieder aufstehen? Das ist nicht sein Ernst.
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Ach, guck mal einer an. Jetzt stehen wir vor dem gleichen.
Gremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it, see what you find.
Die Zeitung gab es vorhin auch nicht. Oh, ein Foto. Oh, wir gucken uns mal das Foto an.
It doesn't appear to be connected.
Okay, jetzt auf einmal nicht mehr. Was ist das hier? Tara Tellison? Ja, Crystal Ballroom.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Okay. Ah, ein Seil mit Blut dran.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
Ja, ja. Danke. Ist wirklich immer wieder großartig zu sehen, wie akkurat er das wieder hinstellt. So, wir gucken uns erstmal die Zeitung an. Missing Morphine. Gauner führen Drogenkrieg.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack. Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. For God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just crap?
Gut, 6 von 13. So, gibt's hier noch irgendwas Wichtiges? Eigentlich nicht, wa? Wir wissen ja, wer es war.
So what next?
Ja, rede einfach gar nicht mit mir. Auch gut. Ich denke, wir sind hier durch. Auch wenn ihr...
There's such a thing as soap, you know? You can't do this!
Ich denke, wir werden mal Downtown fahren und den einen oder anderen verhören.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession. We charge the bum with murder.
Naja, das stimmt schon. Was ist das Motiv von Ackerman? Also ich glaube auch, dass es Ackerman war, aber den genauen Grund kann ich tatsächlich auch noch nicht sagen. Ja gut, vielleicht verrät er uns ihn ja. Er scheint ja ein bisschen hängen geblieben zu sein im Krieg. Kann Phelps ja vielleicht ein bisschen nachvollziehen.
Going this way.
Was hier, Interview 1 oder was?
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Motive, das würde mich interessieren.
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrelson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrelson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for them.
Okay.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
Todeszeitpunkt. Stiefel, Reifen, Streichholz, Handtasche. Ja, keine Ahnung.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
You have an alibi? Someone reliable. Someone who will be around on the day of the trial.
Fuck your trial. The capitalist system needs another victim from amongst the masses. So be it.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrelson.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society I cannot stomach. maybe pour 3s of Tarleton will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
The White Shoe Slaying. Über den Fahrzeugschaden möchte ich nicht reden. Aber immerhin haben wir alle Hinweise gefunden. Naja, 14 von 17 Fragen richtig. Die Tarletons könnten Gerechtigkeit erfahren, wenn Stuart Ackerman für verhandlungsfähig erklärt wird. Na, ob das passiert, weiß ich nicht. Also wir steigen immer weiter am Ansehen bei der Morddezernat. Beim Morddezernat, so rum. Aber ich denke, der letzte große Fall, also der Black Dahlia-Mord oder Mörder, den müssen wir halt lösen. Ansonsten geht es hier nicht weiter auf der Karriereleiter. Und wir haben noch, ich glaube, 2 Stufen vor uns. Also wir sind gerade auf der 3. von 5. Und von daher, ne, muss es irgendwie auch einen Abschluss geben. Und der kann nur darin bestehen, dass wir den Black Dahlia-Mörder irgendwann fassen. Vielleicht ja schon im nächsten Fall.